That's pretty cool though, right?
That is interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so Vici Gaming, they did kind of what we were talking about a little bit. It wasn't the last big storm scrape, but they do run for the safe lane How Queen of Pain, and they are going to be putting Super as a mid Dragon Knight. Why do you think they actually chose the Dragon Knight, beside it just being a superhero?
It's good against Lina in the laning phase, or at least it survives.
Okay.
But I think it's that, and you want a core that's tanky, right? That can get in close.
Yeah, can actually fight with the gyrocopter and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that demonstrated last game too. And both heroes are you want your mid hero to, one of your heroes actually to be able to rush a BKB against a lineup like this. Dragon Knight is not a bad option, but
certainly.
You see though, if you hover over Rubik, you know that he's gotten the lift. But if you hover over his Fable, it doesn't tell you that he's gotten his Fable yet.
Yeah.
It's actually really, really, really specific. The use of it usually doesn't make a difference whatsoever.
Yeah. All right, so both batting runes, we're gonna have a split here. Vici Gaming, I'll get the bottom one.
The battle begins.
Get the top one. CTY is actually given a early sentry because this is a matchup that is just like any sort of Leshrac matchup at all. You want to be able to get that mid vision. So CTY may actually be able to counter the super ward.
That's why he put it so far to the right, so that you don't place it in the standard vision, just the ward.
CTY is going to get harassed up.
Oh, wow. He missed the first shot. He'll be able to get the second one. For a second there, I thought he wasn't actually going to get the dot
That's
out on
insane
CTY.
damage.
Yep. 187 damage.
And an 8% health burn? That actually just did so much to CTY's health. Oh,
Got
he
some
found it.
small
Radiant's
action
bottom
here.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, he placed it far on the right.
And he ate it, so he's regenerating like crazy.
Oh, that's
He's
true.
getting it all back.
I forgot about that.
He's getting it all back.
Bottom lane, we had a small amount of action. This is a Rubik Queen of Pain facing up against a Darkseer Dazzle lane. Once again, I'm seeing these Dazzle go for an early level of Poison Touch instead of like the heal. Just to be able to get that really, like that early offense, especially since Dazzle has a really good attack animation. I mean, he just got 3 right clicks on the Queen of Pain in such a small period of time.
I think it's also just because How went for the dagger first, right? So he's not going to be able to run away from it. That's just a good play overall.
Yeah, trying to punish him a bit for that.
He's getting experience.
Do you think the Rubik should really be in this lane? I mean, it's not like the Dazzle, like he keeps the Dazzle from harassing the Queen of Pain, I suppose, but he's also halving the experience of the Queen of Pain, which is kind of a necessity for you to be able to deal with the Darkseer pushes. You need that high level of Scream in order to deal with the Ion Shell pushes.
I kind of agree with you, actually. I don't think FI should be here. I think he should just stack and pull. Because it's way too hard for him to... You're not going to harass a Darkseer who's got 6 armor and a stout shield with a Rubik right click.
Oh, well, that's a play. That's definitely a play right there.
Rest in
DDC
peace.
Put on the cliff every single hero's nightmare pre the 3-minute mark.
Bet he's saying in chat, if this were a pub game, he'd be like, hope it was worth it. Like, hope the 100 gold was worth it.
Oh, dear.
You know what would be sick? If FI was so good at Dota, he right-clicks DDC 10 times.
Wait, are they actually doing this? I guess like that snowball. He could easily turn this one around. He's actually just kind of baiting them in a little bit. YJ takes a lot of damage. He does not have ice shards, though. Why did he take all that damage? He took the full rocket barrage to the face.
I think he just recognized that he was dead, and he was hoping they would just get further and further in. But
I mean, really?
Yeah, the second rocket, because the second rocket barrage is there, and they're not going to stop the chase, I think, because YJ's got 2 levels of it. Like maybe if it was level 1, he wouldn't have, but in this case, I think that's a somewhat acceptable play. But DDC is still stuck on this cliff.
ROTK grabbing the telekinesis, and now he's going to be slowed down as the Winter Wyvern comes in with the Arctic Burn as well. And ROTK will tick out to the Queen of Pain's right click.
Bottom tower is under attack.
See, this wouldn't be happening right now if DDC hadn't been lifted onto that cliff.
Yep.
But because he has, it makes this lane so hard all of a sudden, and now the dual lane doesn't even pay off. FY, what a player. Single-handedly winning his team Dota.
Finds an opening once again. CTY in the middle lane sitting at 21-3. Our Dragon Knights 12-2. 2. To be expected, a bit behind CS-wise, our CTY. Though CTY is doing an excellent job getting last hits. I mean, I'm expecting Super to sit on 13 CS by 4 minutes in this kind of mid-matchup. I'm not expecting Lina to pick up almost every single CS possible.
Is it? It's pretty close.
It's a little off. It's not. He's not 6xing, but he's 5xing. CTY is now going to be caught, pulled back telekinesis into the Dragon Tail stun, but there's just not quite enough damage. And now Super is actually dropping a little bit low, but Ice Shards will block CTY out. Lonum tried to delay that one as much as possible, but now Lonum's in some serious trouble. That's why YJ need to come over and help him his buddy out. Rocket Barrage almost finishes off Ice. They need to close the distance just a little bit more. The last shot not quite there, and Ice will decide to deny himself to the Ancient. Super now trying to keep ahead of Gyrocopter, but he's got phase boots and he's got enough mana for one more Rocket Barrage, which will be able to get the kill. Fenrir, well, he's got some illusions chasing him. That's taking up the tower for YJ now to make another dive. DDC on the other side of that one pops the Shadow Wave, rather, and will be able to claim the kill instead of YJ.
Absolutely well worth it there for EHOME as their carry picks up kill after kill. It's not even like Hao is doing a phenomenal job in this bottom lane in regards to CS, so really good rotation by him. And this is something I really noticed that EHOME are likely to do often, and both Vici actually and EHOME, is that Yao and YJ always come to fights early. Like they'll come to the early smoke gank attempts. They don't really care because they want to abuse the power of the gyrocopter. Like we saw, I can't remember who it was that Vici was playing, but remember when they were just diving into the jungle with Hao like at minute 6 or something like that. And
yeah, he rotated literally like a defensive tri-lane gyrocopter, and they used him to go into the dire jungle, right?
Yeah, that's actually exactly what I was referencing, and I just saw shades of that again.
It's a good thing too. They pick up a lot of kills, which would have it actually just would have been a pick-off on the Lina and the Bane without the help of the gyrocopter. Completely turning things around. Still a lot more action in this middle lane. Super dropping quite low due to the nukes of the Lina. Actually popped the Laguna Blade, but the Cold Embrace keeps Super alive and actually brings him almost back to full HP with the bottle as well. And he'll find a bounty run at top. Lina unable to contest him for that one.
CTY must be so upset right now. As a mid player, one of the things that's so annoying is when you could be winning a lane harder, but the supports are just camping you, so you're just telling yourself, why? This makes me so mad. Like, go do something in the other lanes.
Yeah.
But it's well worth it for them to help Super every single time, because it's just stabilizing the lane for him. So there's no reason for them not to do it. As a Dragon Knight, he's only 8 CS behind the Lina.
Hao has been really pressured. Do you think he should have gone, knowing what his lane matchup was, do you think he should have gone like null talismans for better right clicking? Oh, RTK, is he caught here? Yes, he certainly is. Telekinesis in the middle of Surge, even though it is level 2, it runs out eventually. And now the slow Shadow Strike and the right clicks will finish him off. CTY comes in order to try and punish Hao, but Hao's still able to stay ahead of the Light Strike array, so that rotation doesn't even profit.
I actually think he should have gone a bottle.
Oh, a bottle for more spamming of...
Yeah, so he can just one-shot with the Scream of Pain, and then just bottle once. Then you get a guaranteed like 4 or 5 creep waves off of it. I would have liked to see that. It would have paid itself off too. Then he wouldn't have had to build that salve. You need HP regen anyways in this lane.
Yeah. Oh, top lane, Ice slept, and we'll be able to use the snowball to defend Ice Shards as well. The Super coming in, he jumps forward and he'll be able to stun up YJ with the ultimate coming out from Hao. They quickly kill one, and now go for the second one. Lonum trying to get behind the tower, will be fine. Vici Gaming not able to dive it just yet. They don't know if EHOME's ready to TP in.
Ice is just such a monster at diverting attention and forcing people to overextend. I want to say, I don't want to know if this is offensive, but he's really annoying. Like, he just prods you and prods you and prods you.
Yeah. Oh, wow. He did not read that exchange correctly. Blinked in, tried to finish off Lonum. Lonum actually got off the brain sap, and Hao may actually die because of that. He's got to blink up in a second tier. So he's going to get out. He's still going to be in a really bad position. He goes back to the tier 1 tower. No TP's in from EHOME, so he gets away, but goes from almost getting a kill to now having to walk all the way back to base.
I don't know why I thought that would be offensive, though. That's the best way to characterize Ice's offlane, right?
Yep.
It just bothers you until you overcommit.
I completely agree. I mean, I've seen him get kills where he really just shouldn't have as a Tusk, and that's because he's playing like really aggressive, and you think you can manage to pick up a kill on him. Like, you want to make sure he, like, especially as a Tusk, that you don't allow him in a 2 versus 1 scenario for him to get free experience. So you try and punish him for being forward, and he turns it around on you.
It's almost as if his reputation of being an annoying player precedes him, and it forces you to overreact. Like, you know he's such a good player and he does playmaking abilities that you want to shut him out if you can, and then you overcommit for it.
Oh, Super. He's going to find his stack taken, at least a little bit. YJ grabs 2 of the bigger creeps. Tier 1 tower is being pressured. They're going to lose their ward. They know, I mean, with the stack being taken like that, it's pretty obvious EHOME had some sort of vision.
Yeah, they're doing a good job right now. I like that they rotated the gyro in for this, and they actually killed the Rubik that they find in the jungle at the same time. And EHOME's doing a good job right now of invading the jungle early and just setting the tempo, and there's not a whole lot that Vici Gaming can do. What I'd like to see from Vici, though, is some sort of attempt at a smoke in to try to push a tower with the Dragon Knight level 6. Like, he has his Elder Dragon form, and they're not really utilizing it. I'm not sure if they can, but I feel like at the very least you should try to pressure early on just to set tempo, because that's why you pick the Dragon Knight. And it's not even like the Queen of Pain is doing so well that you can avoid doing that. Like, she needs the infusion of gold too.
Do you rotate to the Dragon Knight, or does Dragon Knight rotate to you?
I think the correct thing to do here is pressure something like the carry, and then just immediately push that top tower down. Like, make it so fast that they have no chance to respond. Because it's not actually about the heroes that you have, it's about how quickly you can assemble and get ready for the push. Because you remember what we saw in EHOME's game where they tried to TP 1 by 1 to defend a tower?
Yeah.
And they got obliterated. But it's better to do this.
Especially like a safe lane tower, which has a very obvious mechanic around it where you're able to get around it, essentially surround it. So if you do TP in, you can be completely surrounded by heroes.
Nice, I called it. They're doing it. Yep. The problem here, though, is that they did it right under this ward.
Yeah, not great. Not great.
Yeah.
EHOME have like constantly been trying to keep up mid vision. Twice now their middle ward has been countered, but the third one does pay off big dividends, it seems.
Why didn't they just smoke down here to guarantee it? They would have gone. They would have pushed and gone the tower for sure. But now they're just wasting time and they can't really do anything. Maybe they still go for the tower here because they're all grouped up and it's a waste not to. But yeah, still, you could have gotten a kill on the gyrocopter and that would have been worth it even more. And now it gives EHOME time to counterplan and go for a new idea. But yeah, the reason why you do this over going for something like the safe lane is just because it's not worth it to kill the offlaner at the same time.
Snowball, he's going to the neutrals. He goes over, puts the ice charge, trying to block them out. That actually would have been such a clutch play, but he was still in range of the rocket barrage and will die.
Man, that really hurt them. They used their first dragon form to get that top tower. They're not able to bring it down. They commit a smoke and they lose ice. So EHOME with the good reads, and that ward just did work.
Slowed down, CTY, hit by the Arctic Burn. Super will get in range of the Dragon Tail, and the burst damage is almost enough to finish him off, but now they get it back him, a heal up, and CTY will turn around with his double damage rune looking for more. Call down now, YJ will slow out FY, and Vici now jumping in with Hal, managed to finish off the lean up, but so too does the Queen of Pain fall, so heavy commitment there, 1-for-1 trade-off.
That's probably not worth it for out there because he's not ahead, and on top of that he just gave up a killing spree, and as an enemy mid hero it's not that bad because he'll catch up, and Lina only really needs the Yule Scepter to be useful. But if you're gonna go for the Orchid on Hao, especially on a hero like Queen of Pain, you have to get it at a reasonable time because you just get so much diminishing returns.
Right.
Because the gyrocopter is going to get so farmed, he's going to get a BKB eventually, so the item will get phased out. And once Lina has a Yule Scepter, she just Yules this herself and gets rid of it immediately.
Yeah, and you usually try and get a Glimmer Cape on one of the supports in a decent timing. It should be like the Bane this game, right? So
yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of reasons why that's just an issue, I guess, for them early. But there's another smoke picked up by EHOME. What I'd like to see is another smoke rotation by them. What they can do here is they can either go for the mid, actually, because they see vision right here. So what I'd like to see them do is invade the jungle and go around, or go for this bottom kill with Lionm's ultimate. It just depends on who shows himself first, but I think this mid kill is easier because they can take the tower at the same time.
Oh, Ice Shards caught RTK, but FY isn't in there for the telekinesis in time, so the rotation around from EHOME will catch a hero instead. Winter Wyvern will go down, and they'll take this tier 1 tower. The trade-off isn't really much of a trade-off for Vici Gaming. A tower for a tower, but they don't get a hero kill.
Yeah, and like I'm starting to see now, like what the teams want to do. It's actually getting a lot easier as we cast games on a side note. Like I can feel when the smoke is coming in Y, and it's actually just, it's so smart by the teams because it's not just about grouping up and pressuring a tower. It's about trying to get something more out of it so that you can continue to go. Because if that was a top tower, for example, they could have killed 1 or 2, pushed the tower, and then by the time anybody from Vici rotates, they can even get to the tier 2 tower in time, like they did for top. So it's actually really neat to see the smoke utilized in such a way that it has a ripple effect on the entire game.
Orchid is about to be finished up by Hao. He's got the second Oblivion staff on the way, but there are some major soft counters. We already talked about the Yules and BKB that will eventually be coming in for heroes like Lina and our Gyrocopter respectively, but we also have the mech. I like to refer to the mech as a soft counter to the Orchid.
Probably better than a soft counter. That's actually really good.
Bottom tower has
I guess I always like, usually when in reference to it is like the SF.
Yeah.
I call it the mech is the soft counter against the Queen of Pain Orchid, and then the BKB is like the hard counter.
That's a good way to put it. I like that. It's really annoying too, just to play against it, but this is a really good smoke attempt. I don't think that Vici Gaming know this is happening. Ice is sitting behind it in the hopes that it is, but they should be able to burst this down because Lionm has his ultimate right now, and I don't know if he can survive through this. Oh, he's not.
Well save. Lionm is actually blocked out for the Ice Shards. Immediately there is a TP. Lionm's going to be put up in the air. Light Strike Array lands on Ice. There is the Cold Embrace to be able to save him, but they needed the Winter's Curse. There it is. Now it snags Lionm. They will be able to stun him down. CTY still trying to turn things around with a Laguna Blade or something, but it's just a bit too risky. So he runs himself out, realizing that Lionm is very much dead. With the heavy rotation from Vici Gaming, this also opens up an opportunity for EHOME to push down top.
Yeah, I think this is the, if this happens, we don't really care. They want to be able to take this, and Hao might even overcommit for this. Just go for DDC and hope that you can get away from YJ in time, but he doesn't actually go for the commitment. But EHOME is trying to make stuff happen, and it's just Ice reading the situations correctly. Like, it's just him playing well. The fact that he was just sitting behind Fenrir because he thinks there's a chance.
Dual Scepter, there is, once again, Fenrir is here to be able to defend his ally. There's the, well, unfortunately, the Fiend's Grip is holding him in. The Cold Embrace is only delaying the inevitable, it seems. Ice is, well, sorry, Super, rather. His tanky is all hell, but he's not going to be able to survive through it.
Mid tower's going to get pressured, but they shouldn't be able to take this. Like, people are going to rotate in for this one by one, and ROTK is always going to be the person they send in because he's got that mech.
Oh, Orchid, RTK, he's going to be bursted down. Sonic Wave to finish him off. Hao now is ready to go for DDC. He rotated and tried to help out his ally, but he's got no other rotations to help him out. He's got the Shallowed Grave. Now the TPs start coming. He actually puts the weave onto FY, who stole Surge earlier. Left-hand side, YJ is actually in a bit of trouble there. Yeah, Hao did a good amount of damage to him. Turns on the Rocket Barrage, though, and Queen of Pain is forced to retreat nice and quick. Still, though, that was EHOME losing a core, almost losing their support. In order to stop it, they had to rotate almost their whole entire team to middle.
I'm surprised that Hao didn't go for the kill. Like, I thought that was... Even if he just gets the dagger off, then you probably kill DDC there, right? Like, if you get the dagger scream, get him to 1 HP, even if he heals himself. I think the... Oh, it's actually only one level of dagger.
Yeah, it's only level 1.
Still. But still, Cap. You gotta go for the attempts, man. You don't want to live in a world of what-ifs.
But what if he throws out the Shadow Strike and ends up dying because of it?
That's true, I guess. Better to live in regret than actual death. That's a good quote. No, it's not. Let's move on with our lives.
Super, he's got the early Ogre Club. Let's play the guessing game here. Is it the BKB? Is it the Sange S&Y build? It's got to be BKB, right?
I'm sure this time it's the Heaven's Helper.
No way it's the Heaven's Helper.
It's got to be a BKB. Like,
It's got to be.
there's actually no way that you go for the SNY in this case. You don't. I don't know if you can because
Dire's
you've got a
top
core
tower
that's
is under attack.
already really weak in Hal. Like, Hal has to go for a BKB second. If you go for the Orchid build, if you want to sound smart to your friends, just say he's going to get a BKB even before he picks up the Ogre Club. Because having 800 HP or whatever is not cutting it at all. Just have to go for it every time. And Hal's going to die for this at top, and nobody from EHOME is really quite prepared for this. He's just waiting for his ultimate to refresh if you're wondering why he's just sitting there. Because
Yeah,
he needs
the
to
extra
burst,
right?
Yeah. Oh, he's 4 seconds. When it gets to about 2, I think I could foresee him just going for this. Waiting for this wave to come in. And here we go.
On him. Just feels. I think there's just too many heroes off map for him to really feel comfortable with this. And sure enough, like right as maybe he like was thinking about making the jump, all of a sudden YJ shows up. And now, well, YJ would be a decent target, but I think he's just a bit too tanky with the SNY build.
I think if he ulted him, though, he would kill him. With the dagger.
What if YJ just straight TPs out?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I guess I would counter it, yeah. I don't know if he can do that much damage. It's probably not even
DDC
worth
sitting
the
on the
attempt.
side now, though.
Yeah, now it's
Dire's
past
It
bottom
goes
tower
from
is under
easy
attack.
kill to hard kill to impossible.
Yeah, now then you just give up. You're just like, well, that was time wasted, but again, it's better to live in regret than to die.
You're gonna try and make this a thing, aren't you?
It's a thing already, man. Alright, the game is being a little bit passive, but okay, so you've got a BKB on your DK, but you don't have Elder Dragon form, so what you probably do, if I had to read into the future, is just farm for another 30 seconds, and then when the Dragon form is about to come up, you go for the smoke. For probably, I'd say you go for the mid tower, or you go for 2 in the bottom. You probably go for 2 in the bottom, and then you go for the 1 in mid, because you can definitely get 2 in the bottom. Is what I would do if I were Vici Gaming. So what EHOME have to do is just farm as much as they can in the jungle, and then consolidate their power soon, because they have to know that something is going to be up soon. Like, they don't have the best ward vision right now. If I had to take a, what happens if I hit F3? Oh, don't hit F3. If you're afraid of the dark.
I mean, it's real dark for both teams. There's only one ward on the side of Vici Gaming.
I guess EHOME is actually more comfortable with this because they have more tier 1 towers.
Yeah.
Still, jeez. The night is dark and full of terrors. Okay, so the Elder Dragon form is back up. Do they have a smoke on anybody? I'd like to see a smoke.
They almost had the Blink Dagger up on our TK. That's a significant team fight factor.
Oh, it definitely is. Especially since there's only one BKB right now.
Radiant structures are
And
fortified.
Wall is so good versus Dragonite. Obviously better when it's a level 3 Dragon form, but
Radiant's
it's still
top
good.
tower is under attack.
They're taking this mid tower from Super.
Radiant's top tower
Maybe they
has
even
fallen.
immediately hit the bottom if they're fast enough, but
Dire's
TP
top
reaction.
tower.
Yeah, they could actually maybe catch Super V6 around Yule Scepter and Light Striker right. BKB immediately pops, turns around, goes to CTY. Dragon Tail will control him. CTY is definitely done for. The question is, oh, maybe not. He actually gets a defensive sleep. Now the bounce back, but it's still not enough. CTY has healed himself up. Ice with a brilliant snowball, though, will be able to help out Super Ice. Will die in the end. Super's trying to get away. Sonic Wave will actually finish off the Darkseer and hits 2 other heroes on top of that one. Lana may be the target. No, YJ actually comes back to try and finish on Super, dropping him low enough to be able to get the kill. Fenrir now the next target, as there's just no nukes to finish off YJ. They had heal after heal to keep him alive. Our Queen of Pain went for the kills in the back, but didn't actually find the lead.
Oh, he went for it again.
He goes for YJ. He gets him in the end. He's committed himself, though, and will end up dying. FY comes in. He actually got the Orchid on him, but unfortunately, the Rubik can't output enough damage to finish him off, so
Dire's
FY
bottom tower
should
is
just
under
be able to
attack.
run himself away, especially since there's a nice little haste rune bottom, though he doesn't see it. It's nighttime. Actually, Lottom's going to catch up.
Oh, they're gonna go for this actually.
Yeah. FY?
Oh, they're backing. I guess Ice was up, but still, a really good trade for EHOME. The fact that they didn't lose their mid hero there was insane. Like, CTY had 100 HP the entire time. Hal went for the blink up, misses it just barely. The funny thing is CTY stayed with 34 HP to farm neutrals while that was all happening.
And the Queen of Pain almost found him because of that.
Yeah, it was just, I can't believe this guy. He min-maxes like nobody I've ever seen before. I don't even know if that's a compliment. Like, just the fact that he's that courageous is, I don't know. It's insane. But
Makes you wonder how he even sits down in his seat.
Dire's bottom
wasn't trying to go
tower is
there.
under
Wasn't
attack.
trying to go there. Darkseer gets a blink dagger. Bane got a glimmer cape, like you said. Man, you're so smart. There's a medallion though on the dazzle, so this has got to be a Roche. Like
Yeah.
smoking a Roche at any point is probably okay. You're probably waiting for your gyro to get a BKB before you do that though, because
Just in case.
yeah, there's no reason to force the fight when he's so close to a BKB. Like, you might as well just wait for it.
And they've got incredibly... I almost feel like they're incredibly superior team fight at that point.
Yeah.
With the BKB and the Blink Dagger. Just the two paired up. Like, they can get a vacuum, call down Light Strike Array. And then you've got this BKB with Weave Medallion. The Gyrocopter just is going to be unkillable. I mean, he already is with Dazzle sitting on the side. Literally unkillable with Shallow Grave. But it's just going to be so hard to bring him even close to requiring the Shallow Grave in the first place.
Okay, so Vici Gaming know that the Roshan is the next objective. So what do? They go for the smoke. They're looking for the pickoff here. They're not even trying to... they can't smoke a Roshan for themselves. And EHOME should know that and gather up because the only potential right now is for somebody to get picked on. And here it is.
Yep, ROTK is done for. And Vici Gaming, they actually pop the ultimate. Super will gladly take this Ancient stack now. EHOME, unable to
Radiant's middle
contest
tower
it all,
is
will
under
probably... do they actually lose Roshan? It's just too easy to defend, right, on Dire's side?
No way that Vici go for this because they don't know who has buyback. And we saw what happened last time, right? When they could just buy back and Vici were on the side where they could just buy back, go for the Rosh at their own. You don't want to soften up Roshan for the enemy team and then...
Yeah, the worst thing is Darkseer buys back, TPs into the tier 1 tower, blinks in, vacuums you, and you're caught inside the Roshan pit.
Yeah, but once you have a BKB on the Gyrocopter, I think you go for a smoke of your own and then try to set up for the Roshan, I think is the play, or even just run in there and go do it yourselves, because there's not a whole lot that you have to wait for. You've got a medallion, you've got far better Roshan talent than the enemy team does, and they do have a smoke prepared on DDC, and I'd be surprised if they don't go for the smoke here, because there's no other moves at this moment, but how it's
CTY, surprise! That's a great setup.
Dead.
really smart.
It's the
He broke the trees right with
Yeah,
the stun.
he killed the trees with Light Striker right here. And then zip zoop.
Something
It's
else.
there.
Okay. Now that they got that kill, they don't have to smoke for this Roshan.
No, it's just walk into the pit. EHOME already had, kind of the... It's a little bit questionable, but it feels like they have the stronger 5 versus 5 team fight right now. Now that it's 5 versus 4, it's
Vici's
not
going for
much of a
this.
question. Oh boy,
This could be a mistake.
they don't have the they don't have the Dragon Knight ultimate. I'm super questioning this right now. Maybe they're just trying to poke at EHOME,
slow them down.
see if they'll slow down or even stop. Fenrir has the opportunity to get a really good Winter's Curse, maybe, but now he's going to be caught by the vacuum. He's not in a good position. EHOME are making sure they're remaining very staggered. They're just leaving ROTK essentially to chase down that bird, but EHOME actually not going to be able to get the kill with the Icicle Shards blocking him out. RTK is going to be brought back in, but there goes the call. The rest of the EHOME starts surging forward, and Super's now going to be forced to turn and fight this one, but there goes the Aghanims with the Laguna Blade ripping through the Dragon Knight. Hound makes a blink away, but this is disastrous for Vici Gaming. They're going to lose 1, 2, maybe even a third. YJ, it's not even going to be close. He easily survives through that ultimate. Ooh. Vacuum and a Light Strike Array. They take out 3, and EHOME only dropping the Dazzle as they pursue into a tier 2 tower now.
I'm actually really surprised that Vici
Radiant's
Gaming has
bottom
gone for that
tower
fight.
is under
I
attack.
think they thought because of the enclosed structure that having the Queen of Pain plus the Winter Wyvern would be enough to win the fight, but they weren't even in position, and after the Aegis got taken, especially when it went on CTY, then you know that he's going to get his Laguna Blade off no matter what, and he already demonstrated that he had the Ags at top, and you can just check to see that he's 16. He actually ripped through Super, and so for him to stay there, they must have felt really confident, but I think it was a false confidence, because as we saw in that fight, it was not even very close. It wasn't even that ROTK had a great vacuum maul, it's just that they had so much to run at them with.
At this point, Vici Gaming, do you just give up on fighting them anymore?
you probably can't play the split push game because of the Aghanim's
Right.
level 16 Lina, because she can almost one-shot top. Like, if Hao's low at all, he just stuns you from fog and kills you.
You could very easily pick up like a Blink Dagger or a Shadow Blade at this point for the Lina as well for extra pick-off potential.
I would really like the Shadow Blade right now.
Yeah.
Because then you can build into the Silver Edge, and the late game Dragon Knight, who's already burned through most of his BKB. Like, he's just down to 8 seconds. But he goes for the safe option. He goes for a BKB on his own, which tells me a lot about this game. It means that EHOME they really want to go for it now, using the Aegis. They don't want to play the passive game, and a lot of teams with the Aegis, they go for the map control. But I think that they just want to get into fights, or they anticipate getting into fights.
EHOME heading for objectives sometime soon. There's still 2 towers up, or 2 outer towers on the side of Vici Gaming, both middle and top. But what if Vici Gaming have to be able to play defense if necessary? Sage is now picked up by Super. S and Y come eventually.
He needs the HP.
CTY coming in, trying to catch somebody now. Super's actually already a little low.
They know that the Elder Dragon form has popped too. So they're going to be really happy when they see that. And he's got a BKB. They're pinging for the top because they think it's going to be easier. Everybody from Vici Gaming are set up for this. Remember what I told you about defending. It's not about the creep wave or what heroes you have. It's about being there in time. And if you notice that Hao's at bottom, and now they're rotating people through for the defense, but it's almost going to be too late because everybody from EHOME is going to be in position. So look how far back people from Vici Gaming now need to sit.
Bit by bit, that tier 2 tower will fall
Dire's
Vici
bottom
Gaming.
tower has fallen.
Just don't have an answer to the push. Nor should they. I mean, they just got to go for split pushing. That's you're seeing what Hao's doing right now at the bottom lane. He seems to be going for the Assault Cuirass build.
Radiant's top tower
And our
has
Dragon
fallen.
Knight's just farming out the jungle all the meanwhile.
I actually haven't seen
thanks.
FY steal anything too pivotal. So I don't know if that's just well played by EHOME, or if he just hasn't been in a position where he's able to.
What are the big abilities that you want to steal as a Rubik in this game?
Fiend's Grip probably is really effective. Anything from Gyrocopter that's not flat cannon, it's probably pretty decent. The obvious one is probably the Grave, the Vacuum the Wall, or the Laguna Blade.
Right.
I guess he just hasn't had a lot of opportunities though, because his team is always on the back foot. FY's hero is kind of useless if his team is already dead by the time he gets to be able to do anything.
Hopefully that Blink Dagger will change his fortunes. There's the S&Y for the Dragon Knight. And we also see EHOME starting to set up for that tier 2 middle lane. Still hoping to be able to utilize the Aegis essentially to bully Vici Gaming away from team fighting.
Lanham is trying to get Hao right now. They see him in vision too. Oh, he's gonna get Glimmer caped in. He has no idea this is coming.
Yeah, Fiend's Grip to lead things off. And Hao is very, very, very dead. Too much chain stuns. He's down for 60 seconds without a buyback. EHOME guaranteed take this tier 2 middle tower. Maybe they can even push uphill. They don't know he doesn't have a buyback, but they may just try and push uphill anyway and force him into a non-existent
Radiant's
buyback.
middle tower is
I
under
think they
attack.
know because he just bought the BKB, and when it comes to relative time, they know that they've taken control of the jungle. So if you spot this plate mail, and he just recently did, and by
Radiant's
basic
middle
math,
tower
they
has
should
fallen.
know that he doesn't have the buyback. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if he doesn't have buyback or not, because you won't push into Vici Gaming's lineup. There's just too much opportunity for things to go wrong going up high ground. The better thing to do, especially when you're dire, is use the Aegis, get out, reset, and then look for the next fight. Like during this time where you know you have the advantage, just try not to get multiple heroes picked off. So it's actually not bad for EHOME to split up right now, farm. You lose 1 or 2 heroes during the time while you're waiting for Roshan to respawn, that's okay. But as long as your entire team doesn't get wiped before that fight, then you hold on to your advantage. Like you'll probably see like ROTK do something crazy and then die, but it won't matter because it'll only be him that dies. And then EHOME just sets up for the next Rosh fight. Like that's all that matters to them because there wasn't enough time on that Roshan to take all the tier 2s and go for the tier 3s. But the next Roshan, they'll be able to do that.
He may not even die. He's got a full BKB.
Does he?
Yep. RTK.
Go you, ROTK. You're so farmed.
He's farming very well. I mean, he's died 5 different times. He actually hasn't picked up very many kills, but he's still farmed pretty exemplary.
This is so scary right now. Because if Vici loses this fight, then the game just ends for them. because they would be pushing right by their tier 4s. They would have to force all the buybacks back, and then from there, EHOME can just back out, and they realize their net worth lead is so huge. Then Vici Gaming would have to go for some sort of YOLO all-in smoke to try to get something out of it. And they're not even dire side, so I don't even know if it pays off. And EHOME's just getting more and more rich.
What's the theory between Butterfly and MKB? MKB
gives you better damage, but Butterfly gives you better survivability.
Okay. And in this game?
You don't need it. Because if you go for the Butterfly, it probably doesn't matter because the Queen of Pain's not going for DPS right now anyways. Like, her damage is actually quite low. And probably more important than that too is that the Dragon Knight has like nothing. Like, he doesn't have an Assault Cuirass, he doesn't have any sort of damage dealing item. Like, he only does 160 a hit. You've got enough HP and backup on your team to be able to survive that. You want to be able to break through the HP of Vici Gaming.
It's a good thing Vici Gaming didn't move over a little bit further to the right. EHOME, I kind of like this 5-manning. They seem to know that there was a smoke from Vici Gaming. I can only presume from one of these very aggressive boards that they have, like this one. Yeah, there it is. They actually realized it. Gem from the Dragon Eye will pop it now. Ooh, double damage for CTY. Gladly take that one. Lina going for the kind of the Queen of Pain build. The Assault Cuirass is your next item.
Yeah, they needed to be able to fight the physical damage that Vici Gaming have. Like, once he gets that, then the entire EHOME squad is going to be so hard to kill. Because nobody from Vici actually does too much damage. There's no Deso or anything like that on their team.
Yeah.
Hao is so far away from the possibility of being able to get an Assault Cuirass. His team's on the back foot already. If he buys an AC without buyback, then what was the point of that?
11-18, 35 minutes in. It's a 12,000 gold lead right now, 7,500 experience. EHOME looking pretty crisp, pretty clean. We've said this a lot about EHOME. See whether or not they drop the ball this game. I feel like they aren't simply because they are far enough ahead.
No.
It's in this game.
Do you not remember yesterday?
I mean,
why do you say these things? Now you've jinxed them. Why do you tell me this?
I have faith, Blitz. I have faith.
You know what? I know nobody on EHOME really. Like, I know their storylines,
top
but
tower is under attack.
you're so dumb.
That joke's been made 1,000 times.
You're like LD with his how jokes. I can't do this right now. I need better.
Listen, I avoid the how jokes because they're overly obvious.
You do one more bad meme or pun, and back to BTS for Blitz Soda. You're real close to losing me right now. There's a lot that I won't stand for.
That's CTY actually went Shivas instead. I really thought that the attack speed of Fiery Soul would just make CTY go, I'm going to do the same thing as a late game Queen of Pain does and go for the AC.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah,
tower
I would have
is
liked
under
it.
attack.
I guess, no, I would have actually liked it if she went the AC, because ROTK can go for the Shivas at some point if he wants to. I guess he's so far away from it, but I mean, it helps them regardless. The attack speed slow on Shivas is the most underrated thing in Dota. The fact that people don't really talk about it so much, and you only mention the active. What is the passive for it again? How much does it slow? You know, the attack speed?
I don't even.
45. So it would pretty much negate almost Hyperstone? Is that what it is?
Sounds about right.
Wait, am I right here? Yeah. Oh, it's 55 for a Hyperstone. So almost a full
Dire's
Hyperstone
top
you
tower
lose in
is
attack
under
speed.
attack.
And when you look at Vici Gaming's lineup, Super has no attack speed items. Same with the Queen of Pain. Like, she's got a Hyperstone now, but okay, she's about a full AC. And the Roche attempt is coming. She's got to farm her. She's just got to farm. Like, a lot here. How much does she need for her buyback?
If there's not a Butterfly on Gyrocopter, do you go another item besides MKB? Do you go the side?
On who?
Because that would be a pretty differential factor, right? In that last game, Queen of Pain needed to go for the MKB because of the Butterfly. And obviously the Scythe no longer applying that break mechanic, no longer taking away that evasion, means that it's a lot less effective versus Butterfly. This time around, our co-op, you know, could go for it.
I would like a Scotty probably on her. You need raw HP, right? To deal with the Lina ultimate. If she gets Phoenix Grip or takes any sort of damage, the crazy thing is Hao would just have to run. Like, it's not even about the fact that he's got a BKB, it's that if he gets hit by one nuke, then he goes under the threshold, then he would have to just run away. But yeah, EHOME, they did as I asked them to. They waited, they were patient. And Now they're going to get free Roshan out of it, and this time it's going to go to YJ, who's going to work on a butterfly.
Ooh, RTK, he's been caught, but oh, what a great vacuum. That's a three-man setup there. RTK, though, a better ice charge there from Ice. Actually blocks out the rest of EHOME. They managed to throw out the ultimate there. YJ still moves forward. He ran all the way around that one in order to go on to Fenrir, but now he's being chain stunned down and almost losing his life, but he's actually keeping himself alive thanks to that extra bit of damage. YJ, he'll finally lose his agents here. But they managed to take out 4 of Vici Gaming, and EHOME, I think, are now ready to just 4-man into the enemy base and see what buybacks they can force.
There's one buyback left, and the scary thing right now is the Queen of Pain doesn't have enough for a buyback. Like, maybe you even sell your wand here and just get it back guaranteed. Like, maybe that's the play. Because if they just push up high ground right now and they realize that he doesn't have buyback, then the game can just end from here on out. Because once they see that the Dragon Knight can't buy back here, they're going to be really happy and just continue to go. Because it's just the tower that's deterring them. But if they can get the tower down before any of the buybacks happen, then EHOME is going to feel really confident right now. They've got all of their heroes with them, with the exception of ROTK, who's coming in right now, who hadn't used his BKB, his mech, or his wall. So everything from him is up right now. So this is going to mean guaranteed max down from the side of Vici Gaming, but How has to be careful. He actually doesn't have buyback for sure.
Well, they choose to back out. They just got the melee racks, the important one anyway. FY. Link Sword immediately after his TP, hoping to grab somebody, but it's not happening. And I agree. Like, I really feel like EHOME could still win a fight right-handedly. So Vici Gaming, they got to be careful with their aggression, man.
You got to think of it in terms of what does an ideal fight look like for both teams, and how easy is it for them to get there, right? EHOME lost their Darkseer, who didn't cast a single ability or spell near his team, and they still won the fight.
Yeah.
Like, excluding the Aegis. Like, even if your Gyrocopter dies there in an ideal situation for Vici Gaming, and YJ dies, they still won the fight dominantly. It still would have been at worst 4 for 2, I think. And so that's what happens in an ideal fight. And now it just gets even worse, because you just fall further behind in farm. So it's going to be pretty difficult for Vici Gaming to close this distance. Because oftentimes what usually holds you into the game, like despite 20k gold leads, is that you never really had that one dream fight, right? But Vici Gaming had it was a pretty decent fight for them to take, and they still weren't able to close it out. And ROTK might be the target again.
Yeah, he's got the Blink Dagger, but it's already been Walrus punched up. Pops his BKB, now turns to fight Vici Gaming. Ice. Seems like he's going to go down. Light Strike Array lands on him before he can get the Snowball and the Aghanim's Laguna Blade to finish him off.
CTY is getting quite strong now. He's got 4,500 gold nearly. He's going to pick
going Refresher.
All right, going for it.
Is that the item?
He can one-shot the DK.
Dyer's
He gets
top
it.
tower has been denied.
He could one-shot pretty much anybody on Vici Gaming's roster. The DK would live with like 600 health, but at that point, you just run away, right? You probably won the fight anyways, but we'll see if this is more successful than Resolutions yesterday, as he wasn't able to cast it, and we saw him when he got it on the Queen of Pain, he wasn't able to use it.
How will survive with 3 HP? Just straight Laguna Blades. Straight, just double Laguna Blades, he will survive with 3 HP.
Wait, really? He has 1,800 right now.
1803. Double Laguna Blades, that's 1,800 damage.
No, it's 950.
No, it's 19. It's 19.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He would die.
A little tired.
He would straight up die. Scary.
Wow.
He's got enough money for it too. He just sells this bottle. Like, how much is it? How much is it? Is it 1,800 for the 1,875 for the? No, it's 1,800 flat. He's got the money for it once he farms like 1 creep. Or he just pops his bounty rune and sells the bottle. Surprised that he's not buying it in full. Maybe they're afraid?
Could be. Maybe they just want to make sure there's no opportunities for throws and they have buyback available.
Take a look at Vici Gaming's vision right now. They are so afraid.
Mean nothing?
You don't even need smokes anymore to get map control, just because like this is what happens when you get far behind. People don't understand the snowball effect of it, but you lose all control of your jungle because you can't just farm the jungle anymore. It's not that easy.
EHOME are waiting out the opportunity, find a pick off.
They're just absolutely securing the win. They don't want another situation. I applaud them for this.
They desperately
honestly.
need a win. That's true. They They really do.
I applaud them for this decision. I'm so happy for them. Hao's gonna get an MKB though. This is the right decision for him. Once there's a butterfly on the other side and your Dragon Knight can't, then one of you has to do it.
Nice. Still kind of hovering here in this enemy jungle. I'm not sure what they think they can find with just the two of them.
He's had a rough game.
Certainly has. He's only got the Solar Crest. Again, like they pop, like even if they do use Winter's Curse, I'm just not sure how they can kill somebody besides poor support.
ROTK.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't actually see how. I guess he just was so far up on the minimap, I didn't see him.
Yeah. ROTK has so much farm for an offlaner right now. He has the big 6-stack items. It's like none of the items that you really want in the late game, but he's got them. Alright, so EHOME is probably... They might even just wait for the next Aegis. They've had some rough luck. I don't know.
That is, that would be a pretty insane... Wait.
Oh, you mean being upper X in 20k gold? Like,
I mean,
what would you...
waiting out the next Aegis.
Invisibility.
If you can wait 5 more minutes to secure a win in the International 2015 Austin, you do it. Okay? You just... You don't not do it.
I love how desperate you get.
I just
is to see a win for some of these teams.
I'm not even biased.
That lose after lose. You're not biased for a certain team. You just watch a team lose over and over again, and you're just like, they have to get a win.
Oh, bottom. CTY's got an invis.
Oh.
Okay, how's...
Oh, God, I would love
good
to
game
see
sense.
it.
Good game sense, but yeah, for people that don't know, me and Austin have just casted so many comebacks, and I don't even feel... I'm not biased. I just feel bad for the team that loses that 10, 15, 20k gold lead because they don't wait for the next Roshan. They just... come on, this is TI. Just wait it out. They can afford to wait it out. That's the thing. There's nobody... I want them to... I don't even care that I've been casting all day or whatever. I just want them to secure the win for themselves. Because Vici Gaming can still definitely do it. Like, they have the heroes for it. Their Queen of Pain is absolutely stacked to the gills. Super's got 3k HP. YG might even be the target here at top. Oh, they're going for it, but...
One step ahead of him here. He's okay.
He's got 522 move speed with that flutter. There's no way they're catching up to him. Wait, does he have base 481 move speed? Alright.
Oh my God.
He's almost hasted at all times.
Boots of travel in SNY.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
All right.
Gyrocopter, what a hero.
What an absolute monster.
Let's go ahead and take away the animation of Rocket Barrage while he's also one of the fastest heroes in the game.
Whatever, man. Don't sound so salty. There's a DD rune for them too. Like, this is just... This was made for them.
This is like... You don't get many more opportunities to get a free Roshan than that.
So, EHOME are just farming up the map right now. They're just trying to build as big of an advantage as they can. They go for the Roshan before they go for the high ground, so I applaud them for their efforts right now. Vici Gaming, to their credit, is doing a wonderful job of keeping in this game. Like, nobody's been picked off. They're finding farm opportunities despite the fact that they're playing this game more or less blind. Like, I can't imagine that Vici Gaming don't have a smoke. Or EHOME. EHOME has to have... Yeah, they've... The crazy thing is EHOME has 2 smokes and they know that Vici Gaming don't have vision up and they're still not willing to risk a fight. So go them.
They managed to keep the net worth not dipped up or down really at all. So even as this is kind of a farm fest, Vici Gaming hasn't managed to make any sort of slow comeback. They keep on trying to do, like, aggressively push out this lane with the Queen of Pain, and then she hides in the jungle waiting for some, like, a solo person to defend. Every single time, it just doesn't work out for them.
Nobody's going to go solo defend at this point in the game. Mark my words. Nobody is going to... Just sit behind him, Lanham. Nobody is going to solo push.
Watch Lanham just, like, wander off all of a sudden.
Don't get distracted here. Eyes on the prize, buddy. Go de-award that. Let them know that you're behind him.
I'm just waiting for that moment. Oh, they're separating.
Oh, no.
They're separating. Mark my
This
words.
isn't happening.
Minnesota.
This isn't
Mark
happening.
my words. Walrus Punch, Snowball, Winter's Curse. The first damage is real. Oh, boy. They tried to catch Super in the middle lane, but that didn't happen. Comeback time? Comeback time?
I'm separating myself from this situation. I'm separating myself from the situation. I'm gonna try to remain passive and neutral.
You're not getting emotionally invested in an EHOME
I'm
win.
really not. 20k lead, whatever. Like it's unbeatable. In my brain, no matter what happens in this game, EHOME played a wonderful game. If Vici come back from this deficit, go them. They deserve the win. They're even gonna go for the Roshan.
They're gonna get Roshan. It's gonna come out right
What's
now.
going-
They literally leave the pit.
All
It's
right.
like, surprise, Roshan's here.
They don't even have their gyro, and I don't even know if he's willing to buy back for this fight. Because they could just lose the game if he dies twice. And Vici Gaming recognized that, and they're gonna somehow.
Oh, here
some
comes
way-
a vacuum. BKB activated by RTK. Gets off the wall, manages to get an illusion off both of them, but RTK is already dead, and so too fall the illusions. Now CTY comes forward, ready to go with his refresher. Puts one Laguna Blade out on Super, who gets Fiend scripted. Now CTY still has that refresher ready to go. Maybe to pop it here for the Queen of Pain, but he's orking it up. Now he pops the refresher. Pops that. Yes, that is beautiful. Pops the BKB and the second Aghanims in order to finish off the Queen of Pain. Now Super has to TP out of this one. So too does Fenrir want to get out, but he's been caught as well. He's going to fall, and multiple buybacks out from Vici Gaming, but they're just not going to be here in time to be able to defend Roshan unless they want to do it 4 versus 5. Nope, there's a buyback from Fenrir. All right, everyone's committed now to fight around this Roshan pit. On him. How? He's going in deep for that kill, but now he's been caught by the vacuum. Bring back. No, Snowball save from Ice Ice Ice. Where's he going with that one? Goes straight into YJ, and the blink away from the Queen of Pain. Ice 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 gets 4-staff forward. RTK, who's already used his vacuum, unable to provide a disable. Super, meanwhile, came in from the side, doesn't actually have his ultimate, but a beautiful Winter's Curse. Holds in, Lana takes him out single-handedly. YJ comes back, takes out Ice Ice Ice, and Super is now on the run. Gets cycloned up, and the missile's going to come in to finish him off. Never mind the BKB activated. He needs to be able to stay in range of CTY. He just can't. Without his ultimate, he's not able to do the damage. Now Al drops into the Laguna Blade, and CTY finishes him off. Vici Gaming dropping hero after hero. There's a buyback on the DK, but the Queen of Pain is down for 2 minutes. And it looks like FY, well, nice 4-staff over the cliff. He gets away. Still, though, EHOME have really bought themselves Roshan, and maybe they just go second lane of Rax right now.
I don't think you hesitate. I think you
No.
go for the second lane of Rax. You know that CTY has both boots of travel money and buyback. So even if you don't have YJ, who's unlikely to die anyways, you know that the Queen of Pain is dead for 88 seconds without the buyback. The Dragon Knight isn't going to risk fighting without her. Like, he's going to buyback here, but are they really going to go for the 3v5 defense? I actually think the play is maybe even hope they only go for this one Rax and then back off and go for the Roshan. Because right now, in a 3v5 fight, you're almost guaranteed that you can't win anymore. So, looks like they do want to try to get into a fight, but it might not even matter as ROTK pushes forward.
Now here comes the Cyclone. Super is forced to pop the BKB and his ultimate, but he's being controlled up by the Fiend's Grip, and right-click down slowly but surely. There's the Cold Embrace, the dying play from Fenrir, but it is still Super who will fall. Vici Gaming give up game number 2. EHOME found their win.
They finally did it. They had such a big lead. Good job for them. They closed out a game. But still, Vici Gaming, they made it so uncomfortably close. Like, the fact that they were down 20k, 25k, and it still looked that close. Vici Gaming, they are scary.
Yes, they most certainly are. Probably one of the top teams in there.